I'm Kate from Scotland. I have a background in music and composition, and I've just recently studied scenography in Haka'u. And my research has been about connecting composition with spatial design and interactions with the spectator. How a spectator can create a sonic composition through spatial interactions. I'm someone who experiences synesthesia. I've always had this kind of internal psychological experience. I would play sounds or compose sounds, and when I'm doing that, somewhere in my head, I can sometimes see forms. I always had this feeling that I knew that there was something about the visual and spatial that's connected to my practices. For me, it's not so much about just defining myself as a musical composer and, a composer of spaces, but the two are always interconnected. How do I use the interventions of a spectator in a sort of like game-like or participatory environment? If someone was to then have objects to touch or play with, how could this then translate into a sonic composition? I kind of dived into the concept of the constellation. If I want a spectator to touch something in the space and become curious about it, then what is that? I have to really think about, positioning and lighting and texture and something that's inviting. And that's also something quite curious for me to think about. What is curious for someone else? I feel like I'm only starting on this path of exploring the materiality of my work. There's still a lot to explore. I think what I'm really doing is trying to challenge what is a composer, or is there a new word that I can use that encompasses space and sound?